Hello viewers, this is Marianne from Revealing the Light Tarot. I wanted to read on Meghan Markle this morning. It's a little bit concerning to see the fervour that is rising in England against Meghan Markle. She was booed at a recent public engagement. Obviously Prince Harry is worried about her. This is someone who is advancing into her latter trimester of her pregnancy, and she's booed by a theatre full of people. Not everyone booed, I might add. However, the tabloids, what we call the tabloids, online media, the gutter press really, are coming up with daily stories about feuds between her and the Duchess of Cambridge, the English Rose. And there are shades to me of class warfare here. There's also shades of racism as well. Now, we've got to remember that Meghan Markle is in the advancing into the last trimester of her pregnancy. And this is all stressful. We've got her husband, who obviously dearly loves her, extremely worried about her. Now, this is someone who lost their mother as a direct result of harassment from the media. So this is a tough time for those two. Let's have a look at the general conditions for Meghan Markle and Harry. I don't even know what the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, I think, is their royal title. But let's have a look at general conditions for Meghan Markle and Harry. What's supposed to be a happy time is now being overshadowed by this really stoked hysteria from the media, and this is when dangerous things happen. So there really needs to be some tough management of this situation from the palace. And from the communication aides. I think Markle is smart enough to actually get on top of this. So let's have a look at what are the general conditions. What are we seeing in this hatred for Meghan Markle that's arising, and how's that affecting Prince Harry? What are the conditions that are setting this hysteria off, this hatred of Meghan Markle? So we've got the Queen of Pentacles. It's almost like you got above your station. I did detect quite a lot of class aspects to this. You got above your station. You married royalty. What is challenging her? She married royalty. So someone who was an independent, almost self-made woman, someone who has a long history, of volunteering. She's got a long history of successful marketing. She's got a long history of really forging a successful career for herself, self-made, independent woman, married the king. How dare you marry the king? Okay, that's what's crossing her. And the foundation of this reading is really prizing open the truth. This is also gossip, the card of gossip and spying, curiosity, a kid coming in, peering over the fence, prying eyes as well. But there's something a little bit deeper here, because there's this battle for the truth, okay? So while ever the palace doesn't address these things, while ever they let the hysteria build, it will continue to build. It's almost like the public feel that they're owed the truth. They want to be involved in every step of the lives of their royalty. It's like they're long-running soap opera. And what's in the past is almost this divine discontent. There's an element of disappointment here. And I think this is largely speaking to English people who are this reading's taking me to areas that I probably didn't want to get to, but there's a long history, obviously, in the United Kingdom. And it's a class, or has been a class-driven society. And what is discontent? What is the discontent there? It is the divide between the haves and the have-nots. It's the almost like the French Revolution, if you like, that they overthrew the ruling class in France. Some of this is there in England, in the UK as well. It's almost, as I said, this discontent, and so while they respect and love their royal family, there's also this element of feeling like they have the right to take pot shots at them as well. That's what I'm seeing in the cards. Now, what's happening at present? We've got, this situation coming. I'll bring this laptop down. We've got this situation really reaching some kind of fever pitch, and we've got endings coming here as well. I think you'll see some, I think you'll see some decisive action coming from Kensington Palace. This is endings and new beginnings. And so the fact that an American biracial woman married their king, how dare you marry our king, you're getting almost a situation here that is bringing people, this is lesson learning time here. And so in a way, Meghan and Harry are almost, I'm not saying they're sacrificing, but they are bringing about change. They probably knew this was going to happen, but I do feel it's very hard for Prince Harry. And here we have Prince Harry here. They're going to be retreating in the immediate future. They don't need the public adulation. They don't need to be out in public. They have their charitable works and their foundations and the causes that they highlight. But going along to swanky parties is not really their deal. They've got a new baby coming. They're making a new home. They're going to be retreating and gathering and reflecting and having a look at how they move forward in the future with all of this. Now, we've got the situation itself. Meghan and Harry, they feel as though that this is unjust, what is happening to them. They feel that there is a need for justice to be brought about. And this is there's a spiritual element to this justice card. So that's why I feel this situation is bigger than just, the romanticising of a prince of the realm marries a lady from, the far off lands. There's more to it than this. This is stepping through class. This is stepping through race. And there is a justice aspect to this reading. All right, so the environment around them, of course, is new starts and new emotional starts. I think this is for, eventually what will happen, because their love is stronger than this. There's a lot of love in this marriage, and it will weather this storm, I think, is what they're saying. Their hopes and their fears, the Seven of Wands, they really did not want to have to defend themselves. And there's also an element of protection here. So they're actually quite fearful around all of this. As you've got to remember that Prince Harry lost his mother in a way that, was indirectly caused by the media, or some would say directly as well. They are both fearful. I think this is really the fear card, and this is Harry's fear in particular, which is why you see him behave, with this worried, angry look on his face, because this is the outcome for this particular situation. There's grief and there's anxiety, and they're going to be retreating quite substantially. But it's not going to stay that way. That's going to be the outcome for the moment. This is a big change for both of them, big change for England as well. Eventually, we've got victory. Okay, so there's going to be a period of enforced seclusion for these two. Look, we've got what's hidden. We've got the government as well. There could even be some fears around Meghan's safety here, but they're going to be going within. I think that quite substantially there are fears around Meghan's safety. This is what you get when you whip up this hysteria. Shame on the media in England. But perhaps the government is going to step in some way. But But anyway, they're going to be withdrawing as they await the birth of their child, but they're going to be doing some serious reflection. This is quite a serious situation for these two. You know, if we look, how dare she marry our prince? And, you know, the actual foundation of the reading is this, the Page of Swords, this jumped up, you know, gossipy, spying, curiosity, no right really to be doing what they're doing. But anyway, they're going to back off. Expect some sort of strong words coming out of the Kensington Palace eventually. There's, you know, because they see this as an injustice. But don't worry about their relationship; it's on very, very strong footing. But as I said, you may see them retreat for the time being because it is causing anxiety. They are fearing. There are real fears around the safety of Meghan Markle and her unborn child. Eventually they're going to come back and they're going to be victorious. So this is a temporary situation, but nevertheless a very worrying situation because it transcends class. It has that element of the divine discontent in, you know, where the people feel that they have a right to do this. It's almost like their relationship with royalty is a double-edged sword. On one hand, there's love for the royals. On the other hand, you've got this growing divide between rich and poor. A little bit sad, but they knew, Meghan Markle knew what she was getting into. So did, well, perhaps not Prince Harry, but Meghan did. But it's never pleasant when it hits home, is it? But eventually they're going to be victorious. I think the birth of their child will be a healing aspect. So there is a larger picture to this Meghan and Harry story, without a doubt, a divine larger picture, and there is some kind of justice aspect here as well, divine justice. All right, I'll leave that there. Thank you.